Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Asia Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 4th of January. India dismisses new Kulbhushan Jadhav video, term it as Pakistan's propaganda. Pakistan's foreign minister briefs parliamentary leaders over row with US. Sri Lankan Navy arrests 12 Indian fishermen for allegedly fishing in its waters. And now for all the details. India on Thursday dismissed a new video of Indian death row prisoner Kulbhushan Jadhav released by Pakistan and termed it as a propaganda. India's foreign ministry spokesperson posted on Twitter that the release of the video was not a surprise and Pakistan is simply continuing its practice of putting out coerced statements which carried no credibility. The video was released day after India had hit out at Pakistan for violating understandings for the Jadhav family meet in December. Jadhav is on a death row in Pakistan over charges of espionage. The International Court of Justice ordered Pakistan to delay his execution in May on India's appeal pending in the final verdict by it. India's Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj on Thursday met her Thai counterpart in Thailand's capital, Bangkok City. Swaraj is on a 5-day trip to 3 Southeast Asian nations, including Indonesia and Singapore. The details of the meeting were not immediately known, but she was expected to discuss matters including political, defense and economic ties. After the first leg of her visit, she will then visit Indonesia, where she will co-chair a meeting with her Indonesian counterpart. Swaraj's 3-nation tour is aimed at discussing all aspects of bilateral relations. During her visits, she will also inform about the forthcoming ASEAN-India commemorative summit, which marks 25 years since the establishment of the dialogue partnership between India and ASEAN. In news from Pakistan, Pakistan's Foreign Minister Khwaja Asif said on Thursday that Washington is making Pakistan a scapegoat for its failure in winning the war in Afghanistan. His remarks came during a briefing to parliamentary leaders about government's stance after US President's tweet targeting Pakistan.
Pakistan's Foreign Minister Khwaja Asif on Thursday said the US is making Pakistan a scapegoat for its failure in winning the war in Afghanistan. Asif's remark came during a meeting of members of the Parliamentary Committee on National Security over the ongoing diplomatic friction between Pakistan and the United States. The row erupted after US President Donald Trump blamed Islamabad on Monday for continuing to provide safe haven to militants on its territory and threatened to cut aid.
जिन इशू पे बात हुई कि ये इस तरह के बयानात क्यों आ रहे हैं, इसको देखा जाए, इसको रिव्यू किया जाए और बहुत बैलेंस्ड हमें जवाब देना चाहिए. हमें अपनी पाकिस्तान की डिग्निटी भी मेंटेन करनी है और पाकिस्तान के वकार को भी मजरूह.
Trump in his tweet said the US has foolishly handed Pakistan more than $33 billion in aid over the last 15 years while getting nothing in return. He accused Islamabad continues to provide safe haven to terrorists it hunts in Afghanistan. The US has already announced it will withhold $255 million in aid from Pakistan because of its failure to cooperate fully in America's fight against terrorism.
In news from Afghanistan, a top Afghan police official, General Abdul Razik, has expressed his support for Atta Mohammad Noor as Balkh provincial governor. He said the government's decision to oust Noor can destabilize situation in Balkh province.
General Abdul Razik, the police chief of Afghanistan's southern Kandahar province, has backed Atta Mohammad Noor as incumbent governor of Balkh province. Razik said appointments and dismissals are acceptable on condition that they are based on political agreements as it is a coalition government. The outspoken security official added the presidential palace's decision to oust Noor was not in the country's interest and could further destabilize the situation in Balkh province. The rift between the presidential palace and Noor's Jamiat-e-Islami party had intensified after Noor was removed from his post as Balkh provincial governor in December. Noor has maintained that despite the attempt to oust him as provincial governor, he is still the Balkh's leader and would never leave without a decree.
12 Indian fishermen were apprehended by Sri Lanka Navy on Thursday for allegedly fishing in its waters. Fishermen from both India and Sri Lanka often breach the undemarcated maritime boundaries, leading to their arrest and detention.
Sri Lankan Navy on Thursday apprehended 12 Indian fishermen and seized 2 boats for allegedly fishing in its territorial waters. The arrested fishermen hail from Rameswaram district of India's southern Tamil Nadu province. Sri Lanka has long fumed over poaching and illegal fishing by Indian fishermen that it says depletes the catches of its own fishermen.
ராமேஸ்வரத்தில் 12 மீனவர்களையும் 2 படகுகளையும் இலங்கை கடற்படை பிடிச்சிருச்சு. இதாவது ராமேஸ்வரத்தில் தொழில் பண்ணக்கூடியதே கடலுக்கு போயிட்டு திரும்பி வருவோமாங்கிற சூழ்நிலையிலே தொழில் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். இப்படி இருக்க சூழ்நிலையில் எங்களுடைய வாழ்வாதாரங்கிறது ரொம்ப நலிவடைஞ்சு போய்க்கிற சூழ்நிலையில் போட்டை பிடிச்சிட்டாங்கன்னா போட்டை திருப்பி கொடுக்க மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க.
The arrest came after 13 Indian fishermen were detained by the Sri Lankan Navy last week for allegedly fishing in its waters. Fishermen from both India and Sri Lanka often breach the undemarcated maritime boundaries, leading to their arrest and detention.
Moving on to news from Nepal, Nepal's Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba on Thursday called an all-party meeting to forge consensus on fixing temporary capitals of 7 provinces in Nepal. However, the top leaders of the Left Alliance turned down the Premier's proposal during the meeting.
Top leaders of Nepal's Left Alliance, comprising of CPN-UML and CPN-Maoist Centre, on Thursday turned down Premier Sher Bahadur Deuba's proposal to fix temporary provincial capital and appoint provincial chiefs. They expressed their disapproval during an all-party meeting called by Deuba to hold discussions over the proposal. During the meeting, the ruling Nepali Congress leaders asked the government to continue with fixing capitals and appointing chiefs. Left Alliance leaders have been saying the new government should appoint provincial chiefs as per people's mandate and that they will not take the oath of office if it doesn't happen unilaterally. Nepal's Election Commission has been urging Premier Deuba to appoint provincial chiefs, but he started political discussions to forge political consensus. The Himalayan kingdom witnessed its historic parliamentary and provincial polls successfully in November and December last year.
A coaching program is being held in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province to help students clear various competitive exams. The coaching program aims to provide platform to students who cannot afford the high fee of private institutions.
A coaching program is being held in Srinagar city in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province to help students clear various competitive exams. The coaching program aims at giving education and providing platform to the meritorious students who cannot afford the high fee of private institutions despite their skills. The initiative, Super 50, was inaugurated by Chief Minister of the province, Mehbooba Mufti, for students from economically weaker sections and has been applauded by students.
जो सीएम ने स्टार्ट किया है सुपर 50, इससे स्टूडेंट्स को एक तो इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट मिलता है, तो दूसरी तरफ से यहाँ पे स्टाफ जो है इट्स वेरी मच बेस्ट आई थिंक, क्योंकि इन्हें ट्रेनिंग भी मिली है पहले, उसके बाद इन्हें यहाँ पे लाया गया है हमें पढ़ाने के लिए.
The students are also prepared for state and national level competitive exams. The government's Super 50 initiative is directed at providing free study material and assignments to scholars as against the mushrooming growth of private centres in the valley.
As the holiday season sits in India's eastern Orissa province, tourists, both domestic and international, are flocking the world-famous Chilika Lake in large numbers to take part in boating and other recreational activities.
Scores of tourists on Wednesday thronged the world-famous Chilika Lake in India's eastern Orissa province to take part in boating and other recreational activities. Due to the holiday season, there has been a spike in number of tourists coming to Chilika Lake, world's second largest lagoon and considered to be the largest brackish water lake in Asia. The lake is one of the most important natural ecosystems filled with rich biodiversity including fishes, birds, reptiles and several other species of flora and fauna.
मजा कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे आए ऑलमोस्ट 10-12 किलोमीटर जो शोर से अंदर आ गए हैं और हम लोग अभी काली जी के मंदिर में के सामने हैं और बहुत ही मजा आ रहा है। हम लोग देखे बहुत सारा पक्षी आते हैं जो माइग्रेटरी बर्ड्स होते हैं वो सारे यहाँ पे आते हैं तो पूरा फैमिली एंजॉय कर रहे हैं। बहुत अच्छा जगह है।
Some tourists also visited popular Hindu shrine Kalaiji temple while others indulged in adrenaline rush activities like water skiing. Kalaiji temple is located amidst the picturesque Chilika Lake and is a very popular tourist place in Orissa.
दिसंबर से जनवरी जो 2 महीना बहुत भीड़ होता है क्योंकि वो छुट्टी हो जाता है सब ऑफिस से और जो स्कूल कॉलेज वगैरह सब छुट्टी हो जाते हैं इसलिए भीड़ होता है ज़्यादा भीड़ हो जाता है।
Migratory birds that have arrived at the lake also left the visitors awestruck. Every year, Chilika Lake harbors a large number of winged avians that fly from far-off countries in North Asia.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. India dismisses new Kulbhushan Jadhav video, term it as Pakistan's propaganda. Pakistan's foreign minister briefs parliamentary leaders over row with US. Sri Lanka Navy arrests 12 Indian fishermen for allegedly fishing in its waters. Now our viewers can watch this show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.